Good morning there. How you doing? Good to see you. We're doing a message in a minute. My name's Chris Hood, vicar here in Old Felixstowe. There's my name. It's just appeared as if by magic. Thank you very much. We're going to do a message in a minute. Just before we start, I wonder how your week's going. I wonder, things are changing, but really important that we understand that so much of what we're doing is we're reducing risk, aren't we? We're reducing risk, and as we just so that look out for in the next few days, we're going to talk about when it is that we are able to open our buildings again for worship. It won't be this Sunday, but it will probably be the one after. But what we're trying to do the whole way through is we're trying to reduce the risk, so that if you do come back, we're reducing the risk. It'll be very different to how we've done it before. There'll be some other things that we're expecting of you before you arrive, and there'll be some expectations that we all have to abide by when we're there. But just look out for that, okay? So, but anyway, we're going to do message in a minute. It wasn't really a notices from me. So we're going to start from now. In our services over the last week and then for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be thinking about these letters GCSE, how God calls, he sends, and he equips. And this Sunday in particular, we're going to be thinking about how God calls. And I'm going to be particularly thinking about Moses. I'm going to be thinking about Peter. I'm going to be thinking about calls. But sometimes there is just a danger that we think, God calls to tell me to do something, or to tell me not to do something. We have this understanding that God is simply is there waiting and saying, do this, Chris, or don't do that, or stop that, or do more of that. But I was just struck this week, and it came from my son Fred. And Fred, if you've not met him before, Fred's 20. Freddie has Down syndrome. And what he often says, he often sits there, and I'm sitting there watching telly, and he goes, Dad. And I go, yes, Fred. He says, I love you today. And I go, thanks for that. And then about 5 minutes later, Dad, yes, Fred, I love you. And you know what? I think sometimes we think that God is always going to say something like, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But actually, do you know what? God is saying your name, and he's saying he loves you today. And I always say to Fred, what, just today? He says, no, I always love you. And sometimes we need to hear that from God. Each one of us, and I wonder if that's something that you need to hear. God loves you as you are. He's done so much for you. He's got so many things that he's wanting you to do. He's got so many ways that, things that he wants us to be involved in, the stuff that's going on in his life. But at the heart and at the beginning of our relationship is that God loves you and he loves me. I wonder if that's a good thought for you this week. Take care. God bless.